Welcome to this moment, to your breath, to joy and setting boundaries compassionately. There's nothing more joyful than to have that capacity to be able to look into your heart right now and see where you are in this moment. You can actually touch your heart, your chest, and breathe into that and self-connect with where you are now in your capacity. Just keep on breathing in. The joy of breathing in. Savor each breath. Savor the joy of being able to know and understand our capacity and then to be able to express it. For me, expressing boundaries is not compassionate when I focus so much on what the other person is doing or wanting, or then there's a hardness that I get in myself, like a wall that I put up. Even boundaries feel like a wall, right? Come to your own ability to love and compare and care for yourself compassionately right now, because that's the source of compassionate boundary setting, is compassion for yourself and what you're able to do. Check in with any stories that you might have around shoulds, around stories the other person might have around shoulds. And just allow them to be there. Joyfully. The freedom and the joy when we're aware that this is more than I want to do, and it's more than I can do. And if somebody is very attached to us doing a certain thing or being a certain way, they might not be able to hear it. And they're much more likely to hear it if you can express from the fullness of your longing for sleep, rest, food, very basic self-care things. I need rest. Actually, somebody expressed that the other day, something I really wanted them to do. They said, I just don't have the capacity. I just need to rest. And I got that. There was this kind of like, but what if it's just this? And it may not be even just that. So compassionate boundary setting is to be able to trust yourself, deeply trust yourself, and the joy that comes with that. Now, oftentimes, we don't realize that it's more than we can handle until we're halfway through it. It's not too late. Just because you said yes doesn't mean that you can't say, oh, this is more than I imagined. This is more than I have the capacity to do. This is more than I can compassionately and joyfully do. That's where to bring the joy in. Can I joyfully contribute? Because if I can't, you're just contributing to grind culture. Maybe that's an overused expression for you nowadays. I like it. Notice when the shoulds pushing you to contribute to this, like, that's what I mean by grind, because it's like, oh, I'm going to push my way through this. No pushing. Let's aim for the joy. The joy in being alive. The joy in knowing our limits whenever we find there are limits out. Whenever it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is enough. Give yourself space. Express your sadness that you can't do more than they would like you to do. Because it is sad, we want this abundance that, we can be there for everybody. We can do all of these things. And the fact is, we have to say no to some things. Can we say no joyfully? Can we say no with such enthusiasm that people can hear the yes? The joy in being able to love yourself so much that you can say no to people. And then do it again. It feels so good to say yes, that it's, we may have to really dig deeply into our joy to find the no. What's coming up in you now? Are you able to connect in the joy of setting boundaries is so hard? The joy of letting people know when it's enough. I don't want to interact with you today. I don't have the capacity. I'm sad that it doesn't meet your needs. As you smile. It's funny, you don't look sad, you look really joyful. And it is, there's joy in being able to care for ourselves. There's joy in just acknowledgement that we are human beings with limited capacity. We can't go 24 hours a day. It's so delicious to fall into our humanity with such love, such compassion. Joy of being alive. Joy of being able to say yes sometimes and connect with when we can say no. Such a beautiful gift to be able to be there for ourselves in that way. So if we can extend that gift is to be able to hear other people's no's, to be able to hear their boundaries without taking it personally. It's not about you. Particularly people we love. And then notice when our neutral people in our life, co-workers, students, notice when they're trying to draw boundaries, maybe we can be supportive of that. And then notice in the world that there's so much compassion, so much love, and just the word boundaries. We can dwell in that with joy and compassion. Thank you for joining us.